75 now, 4. I got a dog at a 4 now, quarter now a half. 4 and a half, 75 now, 5. 5 here. 75, sold them 40 and a quarter. T&C. All right, let's roll them, boys. Bring the next package in. Here we are. First package in there. Black ball faces.
Is your calves, Uncle Herb?
Yeah, every one of them is mine.
$39
Where'd you get them?
Crossed them from Mexico.
25 and a half to the hit, now a half.
30 Appaloosas?
Appaloosas?
Studs and mares.
You got yourself some stock there.
Yep.
Hey, Jim. Hell, I've been trying to reach you all morning.
Yeah?
Well, they tested out your animals.
That's good.
Yeah, the 4 best ones got green. It's about the same as clap.
Doreen?
It's clap. Well, I shot and burned the 4 of them, and I cleaned out all the manure. You owe me $30.
Well, how long are the rest going to be in quarantine?
6 weeks.
You have to wait for your money, then.
We'll make it easy on yourself. Hey, where'd you get them? In a cat house?
You know, Jim, you could sit right here in my place and do my bidding for me. I'm getting tired of coming down here.
Well, thank you, Uncle Herb. I'll think about that. I got problems with my own operation.
Yeah, I gotta see a man about a loan in Tucson.
I'll be up there later on tomorrow.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Kane.
How are you?
He told me about the quarantine. I'm awfully sorry. What was the matter?
It was the during.
What's that?
Listen, it's no worse than a bad cold.
I think he can see you now.
I'm Jim Kane.
You don't have to tell me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
No, we're having quite a day.
I don't know about that. I got this note coming due pretty soon.
The day after tomorrow.
See, I don't know what's going to happen about that, because I'm not in the chips, you know. I mean, I don't even have a nickel.
Well, maybe you could just pay the interest on it.
I don't have a nickel.
I guess we can carry another 30 days without the whole bank falling on its ass.
No, it's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
In my quarantine, 6 weeks.
Fine.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Look, maybe next time you could stop farther south and bleed him yourself first. Or maybe even test him before you buy him.
Well, I guess.
Must be some way of doing it before you get to the border.
Well, I just sure keep my eyes open. Which is what you're saying, I guess.
Well, see you in 6 weeks, then.
I'll be here.
All squared away, as far as I can see, Jim.
Jim, where you been hiding?
I hadn't been hiding. Just need a room is all.
Fine.
I need it on credit, too, because I owe Will over $30.
Well, you can have the maid's room, top floor.
You can understand that I gotta have a roof over my head.
Of course.
Gotta be good to myself, too, you know. You know, I've been thinking about what you were talking about, and then it hit me. See, I don't know how to bid.
Oh, you learn real fast.
Well, I I can learn how. But when? I mean, if you got to sit there all the time and tell me when, you might just as well be doing it yourself.
How you two dudes doing?
How are you, Stretch?
Boy, say there, Herb.
Yeah?
Listen, somebody I want you to meet. Won't take but a couple of minutes.
Well, who's that?
Well, it's a friend of mine. He's in the know. He's downstairs with a car.
I don't know exactly what to tell you, Jim.
Talk all day, but I got to make some money.
You go to work for that dude, and you're going to have problems.
You see, he was friendly.
He's a hustler.
Yeah, but you got to go by your first impression.
What did he want?
He wanted some rodeo cattle out of Rio Alamos.
You'd be better off breaking pisshead colts than you would working for him.
Well, it's a job, Uncle Herb. I'm not talking about a career.
You can get a job breaking pissheads. Frank Springs got some.
No, closed him out.
Really?
Couldn't get insurance on himself.
Well?
Ain't busting a pisshead one, they just closed him out.
Yeah, still, I wouldn't get in bed with that Garrett who's...
Well, I'm not going to get in bed with him, I'll say that much.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I had to make a couple business calls.
Well, that's all right. I met a fella.
Yeah?
Well, that's not the end of the story.
What is the end of the story?
Well, you're a cheater, he says. You're not all that honest.
You got an opinion about that?
Well, I got a private view.
What is this private view?
Well, I think not.
Why'd you ask him?
I don't know. You got to trust your first impression.
Well, fine.
Boy, if somebody cheats me, I'm going to hit him with a Stilson wrench and shove him down a culvert.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You talk that way, intimidating. I'm gonna move on down the line and not even listen
Huh?
to you. You talk like that.
Well, listen, I'll stop then. I got to go and see a guy.
I leave at 4.
I'll be right with you.
Your friend pushing a lot of hamburgers in there?
Hi, Jim.
Hey. You want to do a nice thing?
What?
No. I can't pay my alimony.
You're gonna make every payment.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I've got confidence in you.
See, what I came down here is that I think we can be more friendly.
No, I can't be any friendlier with you.
It's okay. We used to be married. I don't see why not. I'm as good as that rummy in there.
How do you know so much about him?
Because I hired a private dick.
Oh, you tell me that. I don't believe you.
No, that's true.
Jim, you're a baby.
I don't know about that.
Well, I can't be expected to get back together with a baby. It's impossible.
Hey, Shug, we got people around here who'd like to eat today.
Hey, Jim. You take care of me. here?
Hey, don't take your cattle. What the hell?
You mean you pick 'em up?
Yeah.
Well, that's my fender you're kicking, hotshot. You watch out about my fender there.
Sorry about that.
Well, you only be careful next time.
Okay.
Chip that paint, that yellow, I never get a match.
Well, I need some money for my expenses.
I understand that. Hop in. Come with me. Come on. I've got to have your name. It's regulation around here. You ought to get yourself one of these. I got one. Been happy ever since. You got the rest of the bank drafts here.
I'll take real good care of your cattle, Mr. Garrett.
Conoce hombre, Leonard. Norteamericano. Alto. Blanco.
What seems to be your trouble? You want anything with him?
Yeah, I'm looking for a guy by the name of Leonard, but you're not him.
Well, who are you?
Well, I'm a friend of his, first place.
Well, he's right up there. But you better leave him alone.
No, he'll be glad to see you.
He says not to bother him.
Well, I don't care what he says.
Who's that?
Well, it's Jim Kane, Leonard.
Oh, Jim, I'm sick as a dog. Well, you don't look so good.
Boy, you shoot me, you'd be doing me a favor.
I don't think that's necessarily in order.
Well, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Well, I thought you was off somewhere.
Yeah, well, I was for a while.
You looking for more horses, huh?
No, I'm looking for Corrientes. Some people want them for rodeo purposes.
Horses, stock, it's all the same thing, huh? I had an idea that was what.
You got a great mind, Leonard.
Well, I don't know about that, but... I got contacts.
Well, what are you up to?
I got a land deal on the back burner.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't have the land, but I got the option, the same thing.
Well, where is it?
Well, I just don't necessarily tell everybody about it.
You can tell me. We're good buddies.
2 peas in a pod.
I need your help, Leonard, which is why I come down here.
You know me, Jack.
I thought I'm gonna need me some corrals first. You got any leads on that?
Hey, what? You're making some noise down there, huh?
Well, I'm having a good time.
You go right ahead and have a good time. I'm not about to stop you.
I'm having a good time, and I'm not going to stop. You have a friend from the United States.
Oh, yeah, this here's my friend Jim from Nogales.
You come down here to make a few bucks.
What?
You come here to screw a few Mexicans.
Come on.
Hey, you got it right there, friend. I come down here to steal a few chili peppers.
Yeah. We have to be especially nice to him, otherwise he won't be nice to us. He's the son of the big turkey down here. Hey, Juan, he wants to rent some pens.
He's going to have to pay for them.
He's a businessman, Juan. He knows that.
If he wants them, he's going to have to pay for them like everybody else.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he don't pay, don't rent him the pens.
Oye, cuate. Vamos afuera y jugamos un ratito.
I don't know what's coming next, but I'm not even listening.
He wants to know if you want to mess with him.
I don't want to mess with anyone. I'm here is all.
I'd advise you not to spit around here. You might hit a sucker.
Are these pretty good pens?
I like them.
You only say when you like something, huh?
That's right.
Well, listen. I'm going to take your word on this. This one time.
I'd like you gentlemen to try one of these. They are my favorites.
Están ricos.
Thanks, Don Tomas. We're having a good time. And that's what's important.
That's good.
Excuse me.
You're not having a lot of fun eating tortillas.
You dropped your thing on the ground.
Because I come to talk business, Leonard. Pens or cattle, one or the other.
You ain't gonna have any trouble.
Hey, Juan, tell this gringo how you're gonna fix him up real nice.
I'll take care of him.
Well, come on. Well, come on over and tell him you're gonna fix him up real nice. He won't have a worry in the world.
He'll be just fine, just fine.
See, I don't deal much with cattle, which is why I need a good set of pens.
What kind of cattle?
Corrientes, 2-year-olds.
What about yearlings? Do I have yearlings for sale?
Can't use them. I know a fella that can, but it's not me.
Why not?
It's a question of what he wants.
There's nothing the matter with a yearling.
Well, why not then?
The horns are too short, first place.
You buying horns?
Oh, you betcha.
You're in the horn business.
That's right.
Goats have horns.
No, thank you, though.
Then what do you want with horns?
I like to stick them in things. Well, listen, you know, you can talk all you want, but I'd give you 1,200 pesos for those corrals.
I could not take less than 1,500.
Used him himself for 1,000.
That's true.
He could take less, Jim. It's only that he doesn't want to now.
That's true.
Well, I'll meet his price then.
He's going to be a happy fella.
I'm satisfied.
Leonard, come here. You're not getting a kickback on this, are you?
Se creen que son vaqueros.
Vamos a ver.
Good.
You're a horseman.
Yeah, I'd ride anything. Even ride an armadillo.
A bucking horse, too?
You're telling me.
You'll ride one of ours.
Now? Yes, ma'am, if it's bareback.
They sure take care of her. Don't let her do much.
Yeah, she must be the queen around here. Remember, Leonard, I got a belly full of tortillas.
You can be sitting on a buzzsaw.
I'm not going to be sitting on them long.
Yeah, but you want to look good in Mexico. You hang on as long as you can.
Yeah.
I think I'll just settle this animal down a little. Nervous.
Thank you, Leonard. Leonard, no withers.
He's got withers. You just can't see him.
Okay. I'm listo.
Too bad your wife couldn't join you here.
Oh, yeah, well, that'd be fine, except, she had her fill of me, and we're busted up now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're divorced, if you want to use the technical term.
Well, I'm sorry.
That makes two of us. You know, I travel a lot, and I go places, and I guess you'd call me a loner, but maybe what I need is a family to make me feel nice.
You should have a family.
Well, I got this bad record with my ex.
Well, you don't have to tell people about that.
Yeah, but I just, you know, I don't want to pull the wool over anybody's eyes.
I don't think you have to worry about it.
Have you always lived down here?
Yes.
Well, have you ever been out of the country? Well, Texas or Chicago, around?
I went to a Catholic school in San Antonio.
Well, you've been around, and that's all I want to know. Well, she really did a job on me, Leonard.
Yeah?
keep on acting the way I've been acting, I'm going to be in deep, you think?
Well, we'll be leaving tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I guess.
You just have to hold on to yourself a little while.
Yeah, that's good. I'd need a shovel to get at her, Leonard. I'm not going to go after her with a shovel.
Well, who said anything about that? What you gotta do is you gotta move in close, see? Look around, see what's cooking, and boom, out they go. Boy kicking dirt about 42 foot in the air, huh? Couple of loop-de-loops, a little Mexican tailspin, boom. Pick him up, dust him off, and then just... You know what I mean?
Well, I don't see how that works as a practical fact, but I'm prepared to take your word for it.
You can take my word.
When you're laying all this stuff on some girl, she must know you're doing it when you're doing it.
Well, now, you know I'm gonna have to say that all depends.
On what?
On what angle you play. You know what I mean, angle.
Gotcha. Well, you're popping in a lot of them candies.
You know, these things are full of dextrose. It's a big thing with athletes.
I'm running a Holly carburetor on top here, Jim.
Doesn't mean a thing to me.
Well, I'm not exactly a man to trust when you got me playing with a Holly.
I trust you.
You give me a Holly, though, I'm not the best man for the world fight.
Hey, are we gonna wait here all day, or have you got some cattle to show me, Leonard?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just been shooting my mouth off. Got the Corianis at 10 o'clock, Jim.
Jesus, they're all skin and bones.
They're delightful looking cattle.
Well, you'd be lucky if they graded 30% good. The rest is cutters and canners.
They make some nice entertainers, though.
Yeah, it's not me that wants them anyway.
Well, for whoever does.
It's the public that wants them, Leonard. Not just any given individual. See what you can get out of this thing.
Hang in there, Leonard. Hang right in there, boy.
Well, here's the spread. He wants 500 pesos for every one of them jokers in the joker pen. Well, I just about gagged on that.
How'd you go?
Good. But I can give you my personal voucher. It'll drop to 400 easy. Still, I don't know whether it's worth the fight.
Neither do I. Let's give him the 500. And then leave. Not say another word. Cold shoulder.
You kidding me?
Well, otherwise, we're going to leave a bad impression we come back this way again.
So what?
Well, you just can't buy your way out of a bad impression.
Well, in the first place, you can run out of cash, you go the full 500.
Well, to hell with it.
With what?
It. Hell with it. Just dip into my own pocket.
Well, you can count on me not to tell anybody about this if you do.
You can tell anyone you want. I'm paying the freight.
Well, there's no future in that, Jim.
But I don't care.
It's no honeymoon down here. You gotta fight tooth and nail.
I'll fight. I just don't want to fight here.
He got a real good impression of you, Jim. That's what you wanted, right?
No.
You said that was what?
Just said it would come in handy is all.
Well, I ain't gonna split hairs with you. I better take you way back in where it's fat and easy.
I always feel kind of silly getting on these things.
Well, hasta luego.
Hang in there, Leonard.
Nobody likes to leave home, Jim.
Puedo volar en avión, pero no puedo llegar a tiempo.
You know, I know this sounds ironic, but I never said nothing about this morning. Well, look, you got the cattle in the corral out there. Why don't we go take a look? Senor Valencia?
Bien, señor. Vamos, muchachos. Vale mucho para nosotros. ¿Qué tanto, señor?
Jesus, they're dying on their feet.
Estos animales son muy buenos y finos. Fine proud animal, señor.
I wasn't talking about their personality.
Ah, bien, señor.
Hey, Leonard.
Momentary. That's a beauty contest in there.
You betcha.
Because you don't see what's happening now, huh? Because the old man ain't gonna let you touch one of them cows in there unless you take the old cows, too.
Well, we don't want a lot of soup bones. Let's get the hell out of here.
You betcha. Yep. I'll give you 500 pesos for each one of them coriandes in that pen.
¿Y de nosotros?
I don't want to have nothing to do with the others.
Bueno, si no quieren de nosotros, entonces no podemos vender los corrientes.
Hey, just tell them we can't take those old cows into the States. They got a presidential veto on that.
Presidential veto? Nada.
Bien, entonces son 7 pesos. Cada uno es el mínimo, señores.
Did he say 8?
He said 8.
Boy, if they got a blood bank around here.
I don't see one, Jim.
I'll give you 500 pesos for them in there.
No es que no queremos hacer negocio con ustedes, pero a ese precio no se puede, ¿ah, señores?
He's got to have a little something sweeter than that, Jim.
Oh, let's pay him. His money's burning a hole in my pocket.
Momentito, por favor, señor. Por así mi compadre, eh? Sí? Gracias.
Ah, sí, señor.
You're going to have to cut down on this stuff, Jim.
What?
In front of everybody.
Couldn't understand us.
And the point is, he could see that you were undermining my position.
I see what you mean, and I'm sorry.
Well, there's got to be another way, huh? They look like a bunch of embalmers. Hmm?
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Well, I can give you 550 pesos.
No, señor. No negocio.
Well, I'm not going back to my figures.
Antes creía que no hablo seriamente. Pero luego. Mañana. Abran el corral. Y afuera con los corrientes. Vete, muchachos.
He's just trying to pick up a fuss. Well, that's fine, just fine. We got other prospects down the line.
You know, I've been counting. We're going to be short.
Hey, look at mine, how it's open, see?
this ain't enough, Stretch. I mean, it won't make it.
Well, we got a supplement for you. Supplement's post-dated check. You can cash it in 2 weeks. That's how come it's post-dated.
There's no amount there.
Well, you just fill in whatever you want, see? I mean, we trust you, Express, even though you don't trust us, because you got a reputation to protect. Man, you know, it sure is hot here. I didn't think I could sweat, but I can. Listen, you think you're going to get them ready by the 1st?
We're going to do our best.
Well, that's encouraging. Tell you why, I want you to meet us in Chihuahua.
Chihuahua? I thought Hermosillo.
Well, Garrett had a change of mind. I mean, business consideration, you know. He wants them cattle brought into Chihuahua.
Well, that's a tick zone. If I take them into there, they'll be quarantined forever.
He got it fixed. He knows a man kind of thing, you know?
Well, I don't care who he knows. I mean, if I take him in there...
Well, I'm telling you, he got it fixed, see? I mean, Garrett ain't like you. He ain't walking around here in Mexico with a heat rash or something. Just let's forget about Garrett anyway. I want you to tell me where I can get me one of them gals with them, you know, clickers. Huh?
The whorehouse.
What?
Sure, zone of tolerance.
Man, you out of your mind. I don't pay for it. I go Dutch.
Well, there's a pimp over there at the hotel. You tell him about that.
What are you talking about? You mixed up or something? I mean, I'm talking to you about disease. You come back to me about some pimp friend of yours up at the
he
hotel?
ain't no friend of mine.
Hey, look, you know a lot of gals around here. Why don't you take care of it for me, huh?
I work cattle, Stretch.
No. We rented the pens to keep them in the pens. We didn't rent the desert. The desert's free.
It's hardly any grass, so the sucker turns them out on the grass.
Why'd he do that?
Because he hasn't fed them. He sold a feed. He says it's not true, but I'm to find out.
You don't like my work, senor? You only have to tell me.
Well, if what Leonard said is true, I don't.
What I'm saying is true.
Fine. You're putting the cattle back in the pen. Oh, this would be forgotten.
Only like an elephant.
He doesn't forget that.
That is good for him?
What he's saying is that you're fired.
Oh, Jim. I don't think we ought to go that far. You see, his uncle is the Ministerio Publico around here.
I don't care if he's the big chief.
That's what I meant, big chief.
I still don't care. He's going to get a pink slip. Says he's fired.
I have wasted my time with you.
Well, we're both in agreement about that, so we ought to feel pretty good. Leonard? You got to run a tighter ship.
If we get our heads together down here, Jim, we could make a lot of money. We could eat it with a knife and a fork. Oh, I ain't gonna check, but they all bulls?
In this country, senor, we do not castrate. Well, now, if I was buying, I could give you a better price for steers. You would be getting inferior cattle.
In my country, they say that castration changes their mind from ass to grass. Maybe you didn't get that one. You ought to translate
Why don't we
it.
just let it ride
You know,
for a
you could
while?
say it was a quote. Say it wasn't my idea.
Not decided to let you have 19 corriente at 500 pesos a head.
Give you 400.
Your friend told me 500.
No,
I
he
said
said it
up.
was up to 500. That's a distinction. For that spotted one, though, I'd go 500 for that.
850. I couldn't take any less.
No, 600. I couldn't hardly pop for any more.
We cannot trade.
Lay back with old Leonard. He'll come down. I got a grudge against the mother. Well, looky there.
Not happy, not today.
Well, he's coming our way. He may try to get us to go higher, but I got an attitude about that. Home free.
Yeah.
A lot of people know how to walk that same path, Jim. Those long 100 steps.
Waiting here for you, senor. Well, and you must have been waiting here 6 days, because that's how long we've been gone.
Yes, I have been waiting. I have been waiting for you.
Well, see, you're not going to get that one past me, because you haven't been sitting there for 6 days. Quit hitting at me, friend. I'm not a boxer, and I'm not a roundhouser. You forgot to pay us some wages. Well, 2 things. First, I hired you, not them. And second, I already paid you once. You've just been sucking on that mescal bottle so much that you can't keep things straight in your head. You forgot to pay me some wages. I don't work for nothing. And you talk to me about wages.
No, it's okay, boy. I got it. Everything's gonna be A-okay. Nobody's hurt. Just a little fun. Oh, here's your old sombrero, pal. Now remember, I had nothing to do with it. Just an accident. So leave my tires alone, huh?
Hi, Jim. I got something to say.
Yeah, what's the matter?
There's some secret police downstairs. They come around when you're in trouble.
So what do you mean?
It means they want to put you away for a while.
What do they
gonna take you into town. That won't do you any good running out that way. They'll just impound your pickup. Listen, I got a plan. Seeing as how you gotta go along anyway, why don't you let me turn you in? Look good for me. Help me around here.
I don't know about that.
Well, the end result's gonna be the same.
Still!
No, I'm not gonna run out on you, Jim. I'm talking about the end look of the thing. Now, here's how it works. We're gonna go through that door right there. Hey, Jim, I gotta go see some people, if you know what I mean.
Who?
Well, I ain't gonna say in front of everybody.
Guero Chavarin, a nephew of mine, has charged you with injuries to his person.
Well, I mean, he come at me swinging. He should have been there.
Well, he has made a complaint against you, but he's willing to drop the charges if you will pay the damages.
I wouldn't pay him 20 cents Mexican.
You won't pay?
He could have had a pistol somewhere.
Correcto. But my advice to you would be to pay.
Well, I don't even have to think about what I'm going to say next, which is no.
Correcto.
It's a matter of principle.
It is a matter of 6,000 pesos.
Well, that's a lot of pesos.
You must go with him.
Well, I'd rather stay here in town.
You will not have to leave town.
Uh-huh. Well, then, I mean, I'm just going back to my hotel by myself, huh?
We can discuss that some other time.
Say, friend, you couldn't spare a cigarette, could you?
I ain't got one.
I'm trying to quit. You kill anybody?
No, of course not.
Just exactly what I mean.
What'd you say?
I mean, I didn't either, but here I sit.
Yeah, why?
For one, I didn't have a passport. And two, wouldn't nobody listen to me. You gotta have a passport. You want to score around here?
Well, I don't have a passport, but then I don't want to score.
course, I don't mean score in the big-time sense of the word. I just mean taking the sights when you want, and I'll stay locked up.
Well, I thought that's what you meant.
Tell them you don't need a damn passport. They won't listen. Well, they get their own ideas, I guess.
How's that?
All they got to do is phone Marshall Fields in Chicago. They got all the damn references. They'll vouch for me.
I got a friend named Leonard. Kind of count on him to find an angle.
Think maybe he could find one for me? Many as he's got?
$3,000 pesos.
Look, I only want to sell the thing.
I can't do much better than that. You gringos can get in trouble for selling a car here.
Not that much trouble.
But still, I can get in a lot for buying one.
You, don't think we ought to share the risk?
No.
Well, that's how it goes, friend. People share risks.
Well, not around me.
You know, I really don't understand your attitude. Now.
Where'd you get the money?
I sold your pickup.
That's hoodlums out there somewhere. Figuring up things, getting new angles on things.
Yeah.
You think?
He's probably on his hands with me someplace, drunk.
Where?
Some dark place. Full of poking.
Yeah.
Jim, you gotta understand the character of these people. They live a rough and tumble life. They don't have a word in their language for rough and tumble. Did you know that?
Like to run him over with a car.
Hey, now you think twice about that. Because you'd be the first one made suspect. First on the list of suspects.
Hey.
Hey, boy! Here, right here.
Now, every time he sees a rock lying in the street, he's gonna be thinking about you.
You betcha.
Do you have an account here?
No, the thing is, a feller by the name of Russell does.
Fine. Let me take your papers. I'll be with you in a moment.
Right.
I'm sorry, senor, but this account has been withdrawn.
Well, wait, are we talking about the same guy? I mean, a high roller named Russell?
Lo siento mucho, senor. Is there anything else I can do for you?
You have this happen much?
I don't think so.
You straighten out there, Jim.
I'm fine.
You look fine. Well, what do you mean?
Just let's get the cattle down to Chihuahua and find those bastards.
What are you going to do about the weight on these things?
For rodeo, I don't care about weight.
Well, the reason I asked is they're losing weight fast, huh? Maybe we could put some fill on them.
How's that?
We'll starve them the last couple of days before we get to Chihuahua. Then fill them up with hay and water.
You think that'd be right?
Now, you mean, could I square it with the man upstairs?
That's not what I mean, Leonard. Listen, once there was this old man. Well, that's not the end of the story. There's this old man, and he had an old plow and an old mule and an old dried-up prune of a wife and a little shack, and, well, one day that mule just up and died on him. And you know what he said, Leonard? He said, them that has must lose.
Joker, huh?
No, he was serious. Them that has must lose.
Who do you think he was fooling?
He was just expressing a point of view, Leonard.
Well, he was a joker, then.
Well, he was there in the scene, Leonard. He know what to say.
You can lead a huh to water, but you can't make them. You know, they say that every man has a star. Well, a guy should find his star out there. Unless he doesn't have one. Which is maybe the case with me. What they're saying is right. The guys could just follow their stars. But not me, because I don't have one. Well, I didn't know what I was saying. Was that interesting?
I heard a noise.
Well, the cattle are shuffling out there.
No, this is one guy calling another guy a shitheel.
Really? Maybe we better go check.
Sure, him thinking it. We wouldn't worry about just a few head.
You let that happen every day of the week. It adds up, though. I got a heater.
Let one of the hands go take a look.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Well, Garrett's gonna cheat me anyway. Trouble is, they're his cattle, not mine. I guess somebody forgot to think about that. Give me that thing.
He's been fired.
The smell goes away after a few hours.
What was it?
Well, he was shooting at somebody. A rustler.
I don't know why, but those two spotted ones always seem to stick together.
Buddies. They got buddies too, Leonard.
Reminds me of two hookers I knew in Flagstaff. Kansas City. You know, if I was to stay in this branch of work, first I get me some hogs. Because they only muss one corner of their pen. Did you know that? Hogs.
Now, you guys have done some terrific work. And maybe I can't give you a letter of reference. But you got my respect. And if we ever get down this way again, with any luck, we're going to look specifically for you, and you. Well, if we got some friends coming down here, we're going to put them onto you. But either way, no matter how you cut the slice, somebody is going to be thinking of you.
We don't have enough money to pay the railroad or the trucks when we get there.
Garrett will be waiting for us.
But you were saying how slippery he was.
Well, it's just in his best interest. Here.
Tacos? Tacos? I want it. Tacos, I want it. Tacos.
No, I don't think so.
Tacos.
Come on, F.O., pal.
Did you ever think about colored salt?
What?
Salt. Colored salt. So you know when you're shaking too much on your food, you know?
I don't think most people can tell when it's white.
I never thought about that.
Well, there's lots of salt down. And the dye you could get from the States. Something to bear in mind.
They call me the Chihuahua Express.
Well, I never heard that.
Well, it's not true. I'm not.
Well, I wouldn't worry about anybody standing in line for the title.
The only reason I bring it up is just one reason why I wish we were going to Hermosillo instead of Chihuahua.
We'll go to Hermosillo later.
Gotcha.
What do you want?
I have the trucks ready.
Where's that Russell?
Who?
Stretch Russell.
Who is he?
He owns the cattle. Or a guy by the name of Garrett. What's the difference?
I don't know. You ask for the trucks. I have brought them. You want to come with me or you pay me here?
Look, he'll be along. In the meantime, why don't we load the cattle and then we'll take care of these railroad jokers.
This is a tick area. We have a problem with ticks.
It's simple.
Where are the cattle now?
Down in the stockyards where they belong.
Well, we will have to put them into quarantine for 60 days.
Quarantine?
You didn't know?
Me? Hell, I wrote the book. This, Confederate of mine, this Garrett, he was supposed to put the fix in with you guys.
Quítate.
Don't let them boys talk you into anything.
No te preocupes, que yo me puedo cuidar a mí misma.
Yeah, but I'll bet plenty have tried.
Most who try are big shots.
Well, I'm a cattle broker.
You smell like one.
My silver dollars you smell, honey.
Ay, ay, siempre tengo que oír la misma historia, el mismo bullshit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, you know, I come down here for tax purposes.
Maybe you had your own reasons.
Well, I'll tell you, honey, I ain't gonna bury that silver out back in some safe place or a lucky spot, you know?
Senor, I don't need your money.
But you need devotion. Yeah, should have said that in the first place.
Hey, mister, shiny shoes for 20 pesos. Come on, mister, only 50 centavos.
Just like I said, tick zone.
Where are your buddies?
Oh, they'll be by pretty soon.
Well, watch out if they don't.
You think they're gonna pull a fast one?
I never met them and shook their hands, so I can't say.
Look, I only met him once, Leonard.
Well, we're gonna have to stake them out.
Take a hike.
Hey, I know you.
Well, looky here. It's Express.
Yeah, how are you, Stretch?
I'm all right.
Well, I'm feeling real fine, because today is payday for me.
You happy, huh? Well, I'm gonna tell you something gonna put a damper on you, payday. You know them steers you brought in here? Every last one of them's in quarantine.
Well, that's exactly where I said they'd be. I said it twice, and then I stopped.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna be in there for 60 days. And you know what happens in 60 days? The bottom drops out of the rodeo market. It just goes deader than a doornail.
Well, hey, I don't know about that. But then, see, I'm not a big rodeo promoter like you.
Listen, Garrett has had to put up another $1,000 just to feed them. Now, not even can he sell them suckers, but he can't pay to feed them.
I don't know what to tell you, Stretch.
Well, I mean, we're not trying to get out anything, you understand? I mean, I said we're going to pay you $2 a head. We're going to pay you. What you got there?
$500 is what I got here.
Let me study it. That's all right by me. I mean, you wouldn't try to sneak nothing by me because you got a reputation to protect, right? How you want that, cash or check?
Want cash, now. You know, your last check didn't work.
All right, there it is. 5 $100 bills.
You know, I gotta meet up with somebody on it. Wait. Now then, the next thing that we gotta get to. $560 expenses.
Now, you just...
That's not very much.
Now, look
here. I wrote it all right down there if you want to look at it.
Now, look...
And I haven't even paid the railroad yet.
Well, I tell you what, you just keep writing in that there book, Express, because we got a 60-day quarantine to face, and we gonna face it together, that's what.
No, I'm sorry about that.
Well, you can just be sorry about it. I mean, here we are in financial trouble, and you come to me with expenses?
No, that was part of the deal. I had to pay them. See, that's what makes them expensive.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Garrett ain't gonna like it. He ain't gonna like it one bit.
I don't work for nothing. Now, I want to get some action on this.
Be quiet. Come on with me.
What's the matter?
Listen, I'm a middleman. Don't you understand about middlemen? The steers you brought in here wasn't too bright either. Some of it must have rubbed off.
Well, I don't know about that. I gotta figure out about this.
Well, I'll tell you what, Express, ain't nothing to figure. See, you just get your mind right about one thing. I just work for the man. If he won't pay, I can't make him.
Well, best thing is, where is he?
I don't know. Told me he had a sister once, lived up in Denver.
Well, she's probably married and changed her name.
Could be. But I tell you one thing. I don't have time to stand around here and talk about it, see?
Would you please do something about this money?
Well, you better get hold of yourself.
Hey? Are there any calls or messages from that guy, Stretch Russell? Telephonos. Huh?
It always seemed to me that I should be in some branch of detective work.
Hey, you want to something?
Well, I operate on the principle. If you found one, you found the other.
So here's how it works. I was just sitting on the curb back there and Stretch walked past me. Right past me. So, I followed.
There's a funny smell in here.
Mexican Western Union.
Service around here anywhere?
I didn't invite you into my room.
We came in without an invitation.
Well, you just get the hell out of here, both of you.
You taking a bath?
No, I'm not taking a bath. I happen to have a lady in the other room. Oh. Now, what do you want?
Garrett's what we want.
Well, I don't know nothing about him. I'm only up here with a lady.
We come for him. Now, where is he?
You asking the wrong man.
I didn't see a lady, but look what I found for the both of us.
Yeah, well, there's $50 maximum in there.
You shot the moon on your accommodations here, didn't you? I bet you even got a sunken bathtub back
It's an expense account I have, that's why.
Well, you think you can tell us where he is? Because I'm pretty angry today.
Well, I don't keep tabs on him.
there. Don't make me use any of my stuff on
He's right downstairs in the barber shop. I don't want to have to worry about him when I got to worry about something like he's talking about.
Thanks a lot. I'll stay here, Jim, just in case.
Excuse me.
Hey, you haven't got a real knack with people, Cowboy.
Well, neither of you.
I don't like you busting into my private situation.
I busted in to talk some business.
What business? I'm done with you. If you got any more to talk about, the minor details, you take them up with Stretch.
You're the one that's going to have to pay. Now, you better know that.
The only way you can make me really mad is create a scene. You want to talk, you make an appointment. You don't raise hell in here.
Hey, you didn't pay the barber either.
Ain't no messy shirts here. I can't find a laundry around here, you know.
Gotcha. We sure had you figured wrong. I told Stretch you had a head on your shoulders.
What'd Stretch say?
You asked me that now. I don't remember.
You both together owe me $560. Less the 40.
I don't owe you a dime. Stretch made a deal, went over his head. Wait.
Well, that's your problem.
Look, son, everybody has a bad experience once in a while. But you really going off the deep end?
Look, I gotta make a living just like everybody else.
You coming into my room? You leave me alone in my own
Listen,
room.
I want my money up front, right now.
Can't wait for anything. You gotta have it right now.
You owe me money. I wouldn't be here if you didn't, and I wouldn't be angry either.
You ought to straighten him out, Stretch.
Well, he don't want to listen, Bill. He thinks he's doing fine.
I never said that.
See what I mean? Doesn't leave any room for criticism.
I've been busting my ass for 4 weeks, and I gotta show some payment on my books.
Look, I don't know anything about that, but read the papers. The bottom is falling out of the rodeo market. Everybody's going to take a dive, me worst of all. Stretch, if I could think, single reason. More paper.
I mean, he don't want to think. You know, he's crazy. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
But one reason.
No particular reason.
You're not impressing me at all, Cowboy. That's hotel furniture, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the house sticks to come.
But you're the one that's going to have to pay.
Who the hell is he?
Well, listen, there's money around here. I smell cash. Let's just have a look at that money belt.
Don't do it.
Wait. This gonna hurt in a few minutes. Some bitch. Get me a cold cloth, Stretch. I'll take a little breather here. This is gonna be $1,000 worth of bridge work. Maybe 2,000. No. Thank you, Stretch. Look, I didn't pull any rough stuff on you.
You know, we can stay around here all night if you'd like.
No, I got some things I gotta check.
Well, I can stay here by myself, Jim.
Hey, we don't wait around for anybody, Leonard. You're gonna pay up sometime.
And in the meanwhile, you ain't got no dignity. First and second on the list of suspects.
Well, what did you do that for? Is there something wrong with my mouth?
Well, them horses of yours did have the Doreen. Well, we better keep our mouths shut about that.
Yeah. Did you see me dump that television out the window?
Hey, man, I was there.
I mean, I just run it right out the window.
You don't have to tell me.
Right here? Well, the police will have their eye open.
We don't have anything to worry about now. They can always find us if they want us, huh? The place is crawling with spies. What you thinking?
Nothing.
You want to know what I'm thinking?
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking about a big can of yeller peaches.
He could have sold his car, Leonard. I'm talking now in a more serious vein.
He wouldn't pay.
No, he wanted to pay. He just said he couldn't.
You You know, I could have cut a dollar sign on his belly. Hey, Bill. Bill, excuse me, Bill. But I got a problem. I looked down and I seemed to find a Mexican boxing glove in my hand, huh? From now on out, they're going to call you Dollar Bill Garrett. You're just going to have to live with it, that's all. You might be able to get it off with plastic surgery, but that's up to you. I don't care.
Hey, you think they would have scared him? You think they would have scared the hell out of him?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he'd get much nookie cut up like that. Then again, he might get a lot. Girls would just sit there and think he was something else.
But you think it would have scared him?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the only way we'll ever know for sure is to call him up and ask him.
He won't say.
I don't know. Leonard, you come down here and you bust your hump, and what do you got?
You got me, Jim.